this week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Rocket League. We're broadcasting from the Boise State Esports Arena. Tonight we kick off the Esports Tower Club Championships in our Rocket League tournament. 7 teams enter, hoping to claim the final title of the fall season. Who will end up on top? Well, we'll start off our club championship with 3 rounds of round-robin gameplay, starting things off with the Stingrays taking on the Wolves. I'm your host, Jacob Palmer, joined by Doc Haskell, calling all of the action for you here tonight. So, Doc, it's nice having you here with us at Esports Tower. Not often that you get to join us here.
I'm on the other side of the camera usually when that's happening.
You are.
Yeah, this will be really fun. Looking forward to see these club championships. We got to meet so many of these players when they were in our facility last summer. Hoping to see them again this next coming summer. And you get to know some of those folks and get to become fans of those folks. And it's fun to watch them play and call their name.
And one thing I've also noticed is just like the event we had in the summer, we have a lot of people in this Rumble. 7 whole teams, the most we've had in a while. The Wolves, Stingrays, Barracudas, Black and White, Lynxes, Eagles, and Mammoths all in one. So it is going to be a stacked bracket as these teams battle each other out. As we get ready to start our first match, we want to remind our friends on Twitch to support your team, celebrate their successes, and be respectful of other fans. Mods will move anyone who violates the chat rules. Those are the pieces of advice I have to give, but Doc has his own pieces of advice to give as well.
Create mistakes, punish overcommits, double commits, triple commits, non-commits. Play walls. Honestly, just play walls better than they do. And demo and bump to disrupt, right?
Yeah, that just about does it. Those are brought to you by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched up with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. We're just about ready to head into the first match, which I am informed is going to be Lynxes versus the Eagles. So
yes,
pretty good match to start things off.
Yeah.
The Lynxes have long been a top-performing team.
Look at those Eagles.
You're going to want to keep an eye on State on the side of the Lynxes, who's been excelling recently and does a great job guiding this team. He's also recently been named the Esports Tower Rocket League MVP of the fall season, so he's going to have something to prove.
He is indeed. So we've got Tone, we've got Vault, we've got No Worries new controller. What are we going to call him today? I don't even know. Of course, you've got State, you've got Goom, and Floaties? I don't even know how to say that. Here we go.
Getting creative with the names, but Goom is going to be the first one demoed on the side of the Lynxes as Eagles put a bunch of pressure on. They try a follow-up, but that doesn't go through for a goal. And Goom realizes he has an open goal. Passes over to Floaties, a dunk down by State. Not going to find that first goal.
Floaty's doing a nice job. Actually, Floaty's mom trying to comment already. Stop calling him Floaties. But as we get into this, jumping it back midfield here, not a lot of control. Kind of a weird little double commit. Stayed out of the way. State centering it, looking for a teammate to take control of that. Floaties misses. Little bit of a push back to mid. Goom Boy steps in front of it. And Tone trying to get up there. Tony XD. No Worries new controller. Interesting name, more interesting play style. Let's see what happens there. Nice bounce off the wall, comes to center. No one really gets control. It's just a big old hot mess as they bring this back to midfield with 3:30 to play.
Setting it up. Oh, Tony, I don't know if you saw what happened there, Doc, but he had a perfect shot on goal, but it didn't bounce off the goalie for the Lynx. It bounced off one of his own teammates who was rotating in front of him. Unfortunate misplay by the Eagles. Oh! Now they're going to have to defend against an attempt by the Lynx to score a goal, but that one doesn't go through either, so we're tied 0 apiece. State is demoed, and Goom gets a nice clear back toward an open goal, which is going to be the first.
3 minutes, 4 seconds left. We finally have a leader, and that is the Lynxes. They're playing a new mode today. It's called Whiff Ball. It's the opposite of the Heat Seeker style, where the ball just comes to you. This one, it just gets out of your way the whole time. Floaty's going to kick it off the wall, trying to get centered there. And a shot on goal turned away by Goom Boy. He's going to continue it, play it high off the wall. Vault's going to get up there and at least redirect it. You want to get some kind of control on that ball. You come out and meet it. Goomboy, nice rotations there, but it's going to bounce middle again. Almost a double commit there. It sounds like you get called up. State is going to connect that over on the other side and try to get it better to the center. Ooh, this is nice. He's going to try to get a dunk on it. Misses it just barely. And it's going to bounce in front. You can't leave it sitting there that long. They're going to try to clear it to mid. But Floaties knocks it back to the middle. And he follows. Well, Floaty will follow. Pass to the middle, but it's not a great pass. It's going to linger up there. State with a shot's going to go in.
Well, it's just a whole bunch of pressure put on by one player. State getting his first goal. Lynxes now move up to 2. State is going to be fighting for the ball in mid. Or he's unable to really find clear, so he's going to have to keep on playing the dribble up. Floaties was hanging out in the goal, but a little bit of an odd play there at the very end. He's able to give the Lynxes a new lease here. Saved by Tony. They're going to try again. They're not able to reset for another shot on goal. Instead, the ball is cleared back toward Lynxes.
Stolen by Vault Slash there. Trying to get slashed into the middle there. Not able to get much out of it. State's going to try to play it high off the ball. It's going to bounce back on the blue side. Big kick out. Goomboy unable to connect on that. It was a 50-50 that he lost. It was more like a 10-90. It's going to come back to the middle here. Goomboy trying to get centered again. It's going to linger in front. Floaties can't get a hood on it, or a wheel, or a roof, or a trunk, or anything. Vault Slash is going to go down, get blown up. Nice clear. Well, excuse me, nice stop there. But Floaty's going to get a little touch on it. They're going to keep control down here. You like those touches. Shot on goal a little bit high and left. All right, controller trying to get some control here. But there's no one there to pass to except Tony, who really just kind of comes in there and steals. Is going to linger in front a little bit. Vault can't get control of it again. Trying to get it in position there, but Vault Slash is going to go down. And there's just little you can do except get back and defend.
Ball goes all the way over far post, back toward the Eagles' goal. Lynxes now with less than half a minute. One final goal here to secure their victory. Nice job by Floaties, too. That's one goal spread across all the teammates. I gotta say, that's one of the things the coaches were excited to see, because State is such a veteran player, whereas Floaties and Goomboy are more new players, so they were kind of wondering how this team would mesh together, and the answer seems to be pretty darn well.
Spreading the love around, 10 seconds left, another goal is going to go in. State adding that to their list of accomplishments in this game. All right, the final kickoff with 10 seconds left. We just want to get to the end without a fight. We don't need a bench clearing brawl. Let's just get this play done. 4-0 is going to probably be the final here, and it touches down, and this one will end. So, game 1 goes to the side of the Lynxes. Eagles had some good plays, but it was a lot of these high dunk finishes, Jem, that they were able to get. A lot of good technical play on the side of the Lynxes.
Yeah, it was just that mastery over the aerial play, especially shown off by State, that was able to put the Lynxes into a convincing lead. It just kind of snowballed from there on out. It wasn't until the last 30 seconds that 2 of the goals were scored for the Lynxes. So for the majority of the match, it was still within the realm of possibility for the Eagles to even it up. So we'll see what they can do as we head into game number 2. Ready to face off, match point here, because this is best of 3 for the Lynxes in this round robin, to see where everyone is going to be placed in the bracket. Not insignificant on where you fall in those rankings. Now we head down to game 2, first kickoff.
Okay, it stays on the side of orange here. That'd be the Eagles, who had some good, effective plays. But at the end, you know, I would say good. What we mean is effective. There were some effective shots, and it's going to go in right away. Eagles give up the first goal within the first 16 seconds. All right, kickoff again. This time, one again by the Lynxes. Second touch by Floaties. And they're going to get third touch. Goomboy just misses it. Goomboy, they get one more shot. Oh! How do you describe what just happened there, Joe?
It's a great shot by State. That's only a few pixels up too high. But Goomboy right in the great position he needs to be to clean it up and turn it into a goal.
No worries, new controller is still in the game, but we haven't seen much on their side. They did have one good, strong save at the beginning of this. Lynx is still in control, keeping that control. Finally, Eagles break it over to the other side. He's going to play high off the wall here. Boy goes up to give it a touch. Tries to give it a second touch. Does. But at 50-50, he's almost back into the goal. Thankfully, to the right. Now State's going to dribble. Oh, broke my ankles, and I was just watching it. He's going to play high off the wall again. And he follows Goonboy trolling in the middle, but nothing. And Floaties running back there, picking up a big boost, but State is going to try to get that back to the middle. Oh, that little flip. It's going to be nice, but this is going to be a sinker. It's going to drop. Can it get slammed? No. Controller goes up to actually take control of it and prevent them from doing the dunk that they've scored on so many times before.
Shot back toward mid. State moves in, and the ball is stopped in its tracks. Floaties is going to take it, push it across mid, play it above, no worries. Now it's going to be setting it up for another Lynx. Goonboy tries to get the shot on goal, but doesn't quite get it.
Bounce mid here, staying on that mid line. Vault gets up to try and get a touch on it. He does, gets it down on the ground, but it's where there were two waiting Lynx defenders. Comes back down to the Eagles side. You don't want it there if you're an Eagle. 3 minutes left, they're trailing by 2. They need to start getting on the board here pretty quick. Vault, unable to get much of a touch on this, is going to be dribbled out by Floaties. Nice little flick, stolen by Controller, comes back down on the Lynx's side. It's going to hang out in front there. Not much there. State does try to get a little bit of a touch pass, touch shot from midfield, but unable to make it land. He's going to hang out there just in the middle. Unfortunately, gets in the way of the pass that he just sent, so a shot goes errant. Goonboy trolling, looking to steal another boost. Play it high off the wall, get that pass to mid, but runs out of juice. They both fall to the ground at about the same time. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left to play. Leading by 2. Lynx is trying to get another shot. Eagles just trying to bring the score closer. State is going to kick it back to mid here. Double commit. They're all on one side. This is dangerous if you're the Eagles. You got to get that rotation moving again, or you're going to get shots like that. Vault wishes he had that shot back, doesn't he?
Floaties takes the shot, going to leave it for State for the redirect, but the ball goes up instead of down, so no shot on goal quite yet. But what a flick! Up and over. Floaty takes the final shot. That's going to be 3-0 now for the Lynxes.
1:49 left to play in this. The Eagles are not out yet, but they've got to get a little bit more. They've got to get some big clears, Jim. That's what's missing when those balls just kind of linger in front of the goal. That long open goal here, can he get a touch? Yes, and does, and that is going to change the character of this game a little bit. 2 goals is what the Eagles need. 1:37 left.
Bounces off the wall where No Worries is ready to take it. Dribble it himself toward the goal. Triple commit on that save from the Lynxes. Whoop! And a bit of an own goal, actually, from Tony.
That was unexpected.
I mean, I guess a bit of sloppiness from both teams just kind of evens out.
Yep. Sometimes you get turned around. I don't think that was Tony's case. I think it was just a errant touch. Okay. Now with 1:17 seconds left, it's not quite insurmountable. We're going to have to see a goal here pretty quick for this to move fast enough. I've seen this gap close, but with shots like that, you got to get it on the other end to do the big things that you need. All right. Tony sitting in goal. He's going to come out, tries to meet it. That would have been a great steal that could have finished strong, but he missed just slightly. State goes down. Starting to see a little bit more violence on the side. There's another shot on goal there. Can't clear it out. Triple in the goal. Their State's going to try to chase it out. About 40 seconds left, Jim. Controller trying to get on the board with that goal.
Goon with the first touch off in his own corner is going to get it stolen away from him by Tony. No Worries now elevating out as Tony tries to clear out the goal. Almost is able to dribble it into the goal. He's not going to find it. It's bounced off the crossbar, and now the clear from State. He's able to juke out 2 members of the Eagles. He's going to pass it back. Goon takes the shot, follow up by Floaties, and the 5th goal for the Lynxes.
Everybody just kind of low on boost. We're not seeing a lot of control into some of those aerial shots. The 5 seconds left. We know how this is going to end. Spoiler alert, it's Lynxes for game 2. and it's going to drop to the ground here. I think the Eagles are able to walk away with some happiness. They did some good things. They got a few good plays, but also when you're playing against someone like State, that mechanical difference can really affect the outcome.
And you know, Doc, going at it alone can only get you so
That's
far.
what I've
Ultimately, if you want to increase your chances of success, you have to level up your teaming skills. In fact, we just saw that in that last goal, how State set it up for Goom and Floaties for a double follow-up to get the 5th goal of the game. You can see how talented these players are. Esports Tower takes the time to create teams of well-matched teammates. For those of you watching who haven't checked out Esports Tower clubs, you should. It's the fast track to rank up. Well, that's the first game in the books, and the Lynx is off to a great start, but this is round robin, so the Eagles, we haven't heard the last of them. Maybe they can recover later on. But as things stand right now, we're done with our first game, and we're going to take a short break before we're back with game number 2 of the night. You're not going to want to miss it.
It's the end of a good day's work in Idaho. Time to punch out. Time to check in and catch up. Time to remind ourselves that what we work for isn't a paycheck. It's to make the good things we have even better. So here's to your good day's work. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe money is a thing. It's not everything.
Growing up in Riggins, we have certain rules we live by. Look both ways before crossing the street. Fishing stories get better the more you tell them. Small town life makes your life anything but small. Never work alone when you go hunting. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Which basically means that I ensure all the bills get paid. This week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Rocket League, broadcasting from the Boise State Esports Arena. Up next in our second round robin game,
Group B is the Barracudas White taking on the Mammoths. I'm your host, Jacob Palmer, joined by Doc Hastel, calling all of the action for you here tonight. And before we get to this next match, Doc, we actually want to take a quick moment and congratulate all of our Esports Tower Club members who have graduated from their clubs and achieved scholarships across the country. Over the past 3 months, Esports Tower Club members have received over $3.9 million in scholarship awards. These students have not only worked hard on their in-game play, but academically, and have earned these scholarship opportunities. The players are hard-working, talented, and driven, and we could not be more excited and proud to see all the opportunities that these players are getting. We saw a peek of it just a little bit earlier, but we have 7 teams competing in this particular Rumble. Very stacked roster is ready to move on with the Mammoths taking on Barracudas White.
Yes. Now, there's a little bit of a difference between these teams. Barracudas are famously kind of a 6-person roster. They have different schedules. They were all available. What do? Do you make them just rotate? No. You break them into 2 teams, black and white. And the graphics are going to show a little bit of that, which will be fun to see.
I mean, Doc, you're no offense, but Doc, you're a grandparent with kids in that age range.
Whoa.
In that age range, you know, the 3 to 5 age range, you know, sometimes everyone wants to be Spider-Man, you know, and
correct.
And you have to make compromises like that every now and then.
You do, yeah. Okay, everybody, remember this at home.
This has been Doc and Jem's keys to parenthood?
Maybe.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I'm feeling
parenthood.
old now all of a sudden saying that. So I'm just going to leave that as it be and stick to Rocket League, something I know a little bit better. So we head into the first game. Mammoths, Barracudas, White. Here we go.
Mammoths in blue, well known as Freenik, right? Iria, and not sick. Oh, not sick.
Yeah,
Oh.
not sicko.
Of course, we all know Enzo. We know Fujimoto, and easy for CZ. That'd just be good old CZ. They're going to get this score right away with only 4:38 left on the clock. Barracudas take that lead against the Mammoths, but expected to turn around.
Shot from area. Follow up by Not Sicko, but Barracudas pretty well defending their goal. Pass down to Enzo. He can't get to it. Shot on goal.
Double commit, so there's no follow-up. You want to play that second ball in this more than any other level of the game. Open goal. You got to make sure that you're hitting those follow-ups. CZ. I'm just going to call him CZ. 2 for the Barracudas.
Free Ink sends it off to the side where Not Sicko is going to take it from there. Saved by Easy. Pass over all 3 of their members. The Barracudas are passing it between them. Little flick up from Enzo over to Easy. Off the wall. Back to Enzo for the potential shot on goal. It's pretty slow and easily saved by Area. Fujimoto is going to try to take another crack at it and doesn't quite get it. In fact, the demo onto Easy gives Not Sicko the opening he needs to clear it back.
Easy has to reset there just a little bit. Oh, Freenik tries to play it there, actually over Area, his teammate. And Sicko sitting in the middle there. Nobody really back. Not Sicko's going to have to get in position, but he's going to get a nice touch on it. He's going to drop there in the middle. Wall pass. Centered. Somebody can get that. Crossbar was the right play. CZ going to try to get back there in time. Enzo with a little bit of a touch. Nobody in possession for that second shot. Freenik going to play it off the wall. So bounce oddly back over to the other side. Area can play, get it against the wall. He's got some boost. Can play it high off the wall. Second touch. Third touch. Reset. Bounce. Yes! Goes in.
First goal of the night from the Mammoths, and now this next kickoff might be their next step toward equalizing. Fortunately for the Mammoths, Sicko gets demoed. Quick pinch off the ground from Area, trying to drive back toward mid. Is going to have to take another shot at clearing it, blocked by Enzo. Enzo's having a bit of a difficult time, though, centering it up. Easy is able to do it, but there is no follow-up. Back by Enzo, trying to drop it down in front of the goal. Barracudas just for now are going to be kept to the corners, except for this one area where it was in the center, cleared out by Natsiko. Back toward mid, Enzo rotating back toward his corner. Brink is going to take it, set it up, and Easy was waiting right there on the ground for the ball. That's going to give the Barracudas a chance to gain possession and maybe clear if they're able to take it away from the Mammoths.
2 minutes, 5 seconds remaining now. Natsiko on the wrong side of the field. No one really in position. Freenik misses there. It's going to drop it in front of the goal, but nobody ready to do anything with it. Area tries to clear it, but it's not very speedy to get up there. Plays it off the wall. Fuji comes in and gets blowed up. Natsiko does too. That's a 2v2 briefly. No power play there. CZ going to try to get another touch. Oh, it's a triple commit. My goodness, Barracudas. 3 mines are not better than 1. 3 bumpers not better than 1 in this case. They're not able to capitalize it by the Mammoth side. They need just 1 to equalize here with 1 minute 25 seconds left. Enzo with a nice shot down there. Area gonna step in front of it. Oh my goodness, just barely misses. Barracudas are gonna get another one for themselves.
1 minute, 19 seconds left in game 1 of this matchup between the Barracudas and the Mammoths. Both teams fighting over for ball control. Free Ink plays it off the wall, turns it into a pinch, goes back by Easy. Natsiko now gonna ground it. Off to the side, past 1. Easy not quite able to stop it. Ball continues its forward momentum, but now it gets sent back to mid. Demo onto Fuji. A save by the Mammoths. Now they are fighting back in mid for side control. Unable to take it away from Enzo, so Natsiko is going to pass it off his own backboard, trying to buy a little bit more time for the Mammoths to get a play together.
That backboard play by Natsiko was a really smart one. They didn't really have much of a shot anywhere else. Couldn't get a big clear, but could get a touch on it. If you get a touch on it, you change where they have to play. And more often than not, they're not lined up to play it where you're hitting. It's going to trickle in the front there. Natsiko trying to get a little bit more centering power in there. His teammates trolling. Area has to go back now and play defense in goal, waiting for it. I saw a little Olay there as the demo came in and he jumped right over the top of it. Enzo going to try to reset this. Plenty of boost. Can't quite get the handle on it. It's going to go deep into the other one, and that is just not enough time. 1-3 in favor of the Barracudas this time. That was pretty good stuff.
Yeah, a lot closer of a game than we saw in the last match. I wouldn't be surprised if we see this go all 3 games. Barracudas and Mammoths seem to be pretty darn evenly matched here. And the interesting thing about the Barracudas is this team really centers around the playmaking ability of Enzo. He has some great opportunities, but sometimes the strategy of just trying to set it all up for one person, you need to spread it out maybe a little.
Yeah, it's that second and that third shot that you really need to take advantage of. When you take that first shot, they're going to use boost to make sure it doesn't go in. Then on your second shot, if they're still hanging out in the goal and you've got another shot on it, they've got to use their boost more wisely. If they don't, they're going to be out, and you're going to be able to put that third one in. It's getting those rotations in there where you can continue to take shots. Second shot, third shot are the ones that really go in. Barracuda White, Mammoths. This is a matchup we've seen before, and the Mammoths have come out on top. I think a fair number of times here. This is not an odd little matchup.
Easy gets the first touch on that kickoff. 50 between both teams, and Natsiko went out the better end of that 50. In fact, the ball and right toward an open goal. First goal scored by Mammoths.
Oh my goodness, look at that bum fuzzle. As you get in there, you think you've got it going, and you just don't have the right rotation. I say all the time, this first 5 seconds, 10 seconds after the kickoff is the most dangerous time. That shot goes wide. Natsiko tries to center to Kiddo. He flips it around. Looked more like an aerobatic performance than it did a shot. He's going to center down there. They can't quite get it, but open goal.
No.
Zizi, get there, get there, get there. Oh, nice little clear out, and everybody misses. What is going on? The third attempt. It goes in.
That would have been so embarrassing if that one hadn't been scored. There are no excuses for missing one like that. Area takes
credit, though.
another shot
Oh.
off of the kickoff, and Mammoths already have a 3-goal lead.
Yep, this is going to be tough for the Barracudas with 4:20 left to get their mentals right. You have to forget what happened. You have to not think about what you need to do. You just need to play better. Bounce off the wall there. Area centers it. Won't quite drop in goal territory. They're going to have to chase it around a little bit. Sicko with a nice little sidecar pass back to mid. Freenet going to try to center it again. Sort of a shot. Everybody's out of boost.
2 in a row. The Mammoths do 2 double commits in a row, which means once that's saved by the Barracudas, they don't have anything to follow up with, which means Easy can pass it down to Enzo. It's pushed back by the Mammoths, and they're not going to pay too heavily for those double commits. But it might open up something for the Barracudas, who go racing toward the corner. It's in front of the goal. Easy rotated too far up to take a shot. Ball played off the wall by Enzo. Pass to Not Sicko. Right now we're in a lot of fighting in mid to see who can get the greater side control and maybe set up a goal.
Confidence is like circus peanuts, you know. Any more than just the right amount and you're in big trouble.
Is this from the Doc Haskell quote bot that has just been making the rounds on the internet lately?
Oh, yeah, that Twitter account.
Yeah.
Somebody showed it to me the other day. Hilarious. That is not me. Area tries to center it there. Freenet knocks it back down to the other end. Trying to get control. No one quite can. Oh, Zizi with an actual shot there. I don't know if it registered or not. Maybe it did. Zizi with another shot. That could go in, but it's just a little bit outside there. Not to quote Euchre, but just a little outside.
Oh, that one was certainly not outside. It was right in the middle of the goal, but Sicko was able to save it, but not on that follow-up. Fuji scoring it for the Barracudas, now putting it into a 2-goal game.
2:27 left to play. I counted 4 shots before that goal was scored right there. 2 by Easy, 2 by Fuji, before they got the 5th one that went in. That was impressive.
Double
Shot!
Oh, and that was a good thing that went in too, because that was a double commit on that shot on goal, but Not Sicko's shot was good enough. They didn't pay for it. Now we're down to a 3-goal lead for the Mammoths. Nice bit of dribbling by Enzo off the post, all by himself. We're back to a 2-goal game.
Come on, man. What was? Oh, that was filthy. I'm going to have to give this a rating. This game is going to have to be rated M. That was dirty. Wonderful mechanical play. Kept control for the whole time. You know, when you're a Fennec main, you do kind of wicked area plays. Enzo going to knock it back to the middle here. And another reset himself. It's not going to land this time unless he can take that little tee shot off of area. It's going to sit around in the corner there just a little bit longer before a big move. What? Can it? No. 1:30 left.
Fuji setting it up as Freeing gets demoed. Pass back toward Easy. Was able to get a good shot off into the corner. It pinches off between both players to head back toward mid. Fuji grounds it back to Enzo. So doing a bit of acrobatics around one. Oh, almost trying to push it past the post yet again. And a breakaway shot by Area sees the open goal. Mammoths go back into the 3-goal lead.
This is what we talked about at the first game. Mammoths have the ability to close them down pretty quick. Easy, playing it high off the wall. They're going to beat it up there. And he's going to be able to, well, Enzo will be able to reset it, pass to the middle. Who's going to take it? Nobody could. Couldn't really get that flick to the mid there. But Easy, in his orange Fennec, is going to play it off the wall. Back to the mid there. Not really a shot. Was trying to center, never really had control. But Freenet gets blown up in the process. And again, now a little retaliation. Enzo goes down. We may be seeing a little bit of a fight on the field with Demo.
Less than half a minute left. Last demo went on to Not Sicko. Rounded toward Easy. There's another one onto Area. A whole lot of demos, but it's not what the Barracudas need at this point. They would need 3 goals in just 10 seconds. And this point, I would say we are probably going on to a game 3, especially.
Yeah.
Even though that's a great play by Enzo. That still brings it to within 2 goals. One would have to be scored off this kickoff, and with that win by Area, that's enough time off the timer that Mammoths have secured their victory in game 2. So now we are for sure going on to a game 3.
Barracudas in their conversation, probably having we got this. It just got out of control a little bit. Let's just let's play better. Let's rotate well. Let's get those follows. I think the Mammoths are in the stronger position here, going, okay, we know what we need to do. We need to get those demos early. We need to put ourselves in position, and really, we just kind of need to give the ball over so that you can play those wicked sky flip resets back to the dunks that he was getting. Those solo carries all the way across the field.
And the Mammoths are a very good team at being technical and preventing offensive possessions from the other team. So when we see them at their best, they can really run away with the game. But we'll see which team shows up in game number 3. This is going to be the final decider between these 2 teams. Now this first kickoff, slightly in favor of Barracudas White.
Barracudas trying to get it. Phoenix is going to get that thing out of there, which is not quite enough boost. It's going to stay mid here. Control back from East. It's going to drop in the middle. Shot! And cleared out by Freenik, I believe that was. In that area. Trying to get control. Plays it high off the wall. 50-50 is going to benefit them. Freenik is going to try to center. Doesn't get much of a touch. No velocity. He's going to get cleared pretty quickly. That demo made a big difference. Sometimes those 50-50s go in strange directions. Easy. Just trying to get it clear, but it's going to linger in front forever, but it goes wide again. Just continuing to place it there. There we go. Finally the breakout needed. Battle of the Bulge style. Easy gets it back over on the blue side where they can get some offense.
Ball trickles back over toward the corner. Free Ink not able to push it around the corner. In fact, Easy with the demo leaves it open, almost getting a goal. But it's going to be left a scoreless tie more than a minute into it. Nice chance by the Barracudas getting to an early lead. Easy's going to try to take it again, but he has no follow-up, meaning Area now takes the ball, dribbles it themselves, tries to waterfall it down, doesn't find it.
Dribbling off the chin like a baby having baby food, was unable to actually get it in the opening, make more of a mess than anything. Enzo with a reset, is going to come to the corner, not able to get the nose of the ball on. He's going to try to pass it mid, that 50-50 is going to accelerate the ball. All 50-50s really amplify. It's going to be in front. Free can't close it. Not Sicko, tries to get it back to the mid, but it's going to get stolen by Fujimoto. Second touch by Enzo. Enzo's going to follow up. Is able to get it in there. Anybody get in position? Looks like not Sicko does. He's going to come to the middle again. Freenik plays it off the wall. To self, can't connect. Maybe that was just a quick dodge. They go head to head, going for the big boost. Stolen now by Sicko. It's going to sit in the middle area, unable to get a touch on it. They got to get it out of their end here as they're doing this. It's 2:45 or 2:40 left to play in this game, Jim, and we're not seeing much until now. I tried to cast or curse it, but we finally got our go-ahead score. Barracudas 1, Mammoth 0.
Next 50-50 in favor of Free Ink. Area to take the follow-up off the backboard. Takes a fortunate bounce both times. And that puts a huge reset toward this game. We're all tied up again.
And we're tied up in the series. Halfway through, anything can happen here. 1-1. Barracudas and Mammoth. The winner in this round robin is quite an advantage going into the bracket stage. It's going to just bang around a little bit here. Nice, a little bit of a tee shot. It's like put it on my roof and you just knock it out of here, and he does. It gets a good clear because of it. That's the kind of teamwork you don't plan, but you always need. It's still just kind of lingering about. Nick, or sorry, not Sicko, trying to get it, but gets demoed in the process.
Off the wall to Enzo. Go back around, goes flying over Easy. He has to rotate back as Free Ink takes a bit of space for himself. Enzo able to stop a potential shot on goal. Fuji shot back toward the goal off the backboard. Follow-up not there. Mammoths now take the dribbling up the field. Natsiko has it stolen away from him. And the ball gets pushed back toward the goal. And that's a beautiful redirect by Natsiko. Defuse that ugly situation.
Yeah, he easily get picked up, but he actually sends it the other way. Knew exactly how to rotate the car, and so he's going to follow this into the corner. Getting pressure on the blue goal. It's going to sit in front, but Area clears it out of the area, and it's going to drop mid here. No one able to take it. It's kind of a pass by Area. It's going to linger just a little bit too long in that middle section without any of the Barracudas getting a touch on it. In the middle here, Area with the redirect. Nice shot. That's one of the most difficult shots in the game. It's going to bounce around. It's going to sit right in front. Who can get a hood on it? Nobody can. That 50-50 is going to cause it to swerve back over to the blue side. Sicko trying to play it, but another touch is going to redirect it. Area able to get up and disrupt it. Easy knocks it off the center back to this corner.
Natsiko with a great grounding shot, setting it up for a follow-up. Enya goes flying past it, however. Area, excuse me. Demo onto Enzo. Means the Barracudas can't really follow up the pressure on that goal. It's do or die time, 15 seconds. Both teams tied at one apiece. Shot on goal, follow-up, and it goes off the post again. A second follow-up. Area takes it away, and we might just be heading to overtime.
I think with 2 seconds left, overtime is going to be the course. Can anybody? Oh! Oh my goodness. Enzo, what are you doing to me? I'm not a young man. You can kill me this way. Touches the ground. And now we go into gold and goal territory. First to score wins. On the break, it looks like Area is able to get control, and they get the first pressure, but a big clear comes on the side of the Barracudas.
Demo to try to clear out the goal from the Mammoths. Fuji's shot gets deflected up high, however. But Enzo with the dunk down into the goal. That's going to do it.
Yep, Mammoths, you were so close.
But overall, the Barracudas wide are going to take the victory. And if you want to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like team general managers and game producers, then you should join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights, and with our featured Rumbos, recruiters are taking notice too. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. Well, the Barracudas managed to squeak past the Mammoths just barely in our final Group A game. Will be next between Barracudas Black and the Stingrays, so we'll have a chance to see the full Barracudas roster in action after we take this break, and we'll be back with more Rocket League.
Growing up in Riggins, we have certain rules we live by. Look both ways before crossing the street. Fishing stories get better the more you tell them. Small town life makes your life anything but small. Never work alone when you go hunting. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
It's the end of a good day's work in Idaho. Time to punch out. Time to check in and catch up. Time to remind ourselves that what we work for isn't a paycheck. It's to make the good things we have even better. So here's to your good day's work. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe money is a thing. It's not everything.
This week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Rocket League, broadcasting from Boise State Esports Arena. The Rocket League Club Championships are in full force. The 7 teams are competing for 5 spots in our playoff bracket in our round robin finals game of in round 1 to get to the finals.
Yes.
Excuse me. I'm your host, Jacob Palmer, joined by Doc Haskell calling
Sorry, I got to step here. I'm now Doc. New controller.
Doc, new controller?
Yes.
Haskell?
Yep. I need to be Doc, new controller, please.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So thank you for that update, New. Now as we get ready for our update, Stingrays to the Barracudas Black are going to be facing. We said at the beginning of tonight that the Barracudas are going to be kind of split into 2 rosters, Barracudas Black and White. We already saw Barracudas White get their victory against the Mammoths, so now we'll have to see how their twin team does as we're ready to head into round 3 of this round robin. Barracudas Black versus the Stingrays. Every win matters as these teams chase the top 5 spots for the playoffs. Up next, our final round 1 game to close out round 1 of these round robins.
15 seconds in. It's going right away. 2v3. This will be interesting. Get Gababy in there. We've got a Drift in there. Wonder who their third will be. On the other side, Greed, new controller. See, I'm a trendsetter. And Nano, and of course, YY.
Yags, new controller. Also, you can see him there. He's just not in the overlay quite yet. Sometimes that happens as a bug, but it does mean that we are fighting 3 players apiece. Greek tries to set it up for Nano. Ball gets pushed back over toward the other side of the field. YY also hanging out in the goal pretty defensively. He's going to now move up the field. Nano heads their back to keep the play moving up. They get a whole bunch of territory gain onto the Barracudas. Greed is going to try to set up a shot here, or take one himself, and a follow-up by Nano, saved by Yags, new controller.
Greed with a save there, Yags with a save there as well. Coming back down to the blue end. That is not what you want if you are a Stingray. Clean against the wall. It's going to drop down in front. Is there a follow? Only by the blue team where they kick it out. Try to get it clear, but not a lot of control yet. YY, though, takes that 50-50 pinch and gets it much more on their side. They're able to control it. A shot from the side. Any follow-up? Looks like Greed's going to center it there. No one to follow. It's going to be a fast break down to the other end. YY takes it into the corner and grabs that big boost right there. Is going to put themselves in a good position. Greed with a big clear. YY can't make that touch. Otherwise, it probably goes in. Greed takes the miss there. Nano having to backflip. Open goal. Nothing they can do. So much. And then they let little things get in the way.
It's probably because he has a new controller. He was able to make a play like that.
Yep. I'm going to blame a lot of my issues on the fact that I am Doc New Controller. And if I make mistakes, that's why.
Whether you miss or whether you make the goal, it is the reason for everything positive and negative. Back into the corner. The baby is going to try to set up the shot for a drift, but it gets answered. Sent back, in fact, by YY. Greed cannot reach it in time. And that is a clear turned into an equalizing goal. 2 minutes, 31 seconds left, halfway through and still tied.
This best of 3 is basically reset with a shorter 2.5-minute game. Now Nano able to get Gababy out of there. It's going to trickle back down toward the Barracuda side. They're going to try to get a big clear. Nano is going to be able to play it mid, touch, retouch. Nice. Able to grab that big boost, but not able, no, it was actually stolen. And not able to follow that ball for the third touch shot. It's going to come clear. That is a shot. There's another one, and it finally goes in. G2 is the animation. 2 minutes left to play. We have a leader, the Barracudas.
Grid follows it over to the corner. Nano also got demoed in the process. Yikes, try to set it off the backboard, but Nano reads the play. Puts it back to mid. YY with Nano. And both shots are just a bit too high and slow for it to make any huge threat. He gets cleared off by Gababy.
Nano able to get a shot, but there was nobody in position for that second touch, and they weren't able to follow it up. It's going to come back down here. Yags tries to chase it in, tries to get a bumper at Demo. It's going to be centered again, but kind of on the other side. Gababy unable to make contact with it. Yags gets up there, though. Gababy tries to follow, able to keep control of it, tries to center it, and does. And it's a trickle of a shot there. Yags going to circle around, see if they can get their piece of it. Kind of waits, very patient. Unable to get the second touch, but Gababy does get in there. Shot on goal, no one able to stop it. That was just clean play.
1 minute left, and the Barracudas have opened up a 2-goal lead for themselves. Game as close as this, that is not insignificant. Baby back to center. One of them whiffs on the play, but there is a follow-up to that. X13 trying to set up a goal. Bounces up into the crossbar instead. YY far and wide off into the corner.
So much of the stats right now put together by Greed and Yags. You look at their feed of accomplishments, and so many shots. Open goal here is going to mean that Drift sends this into a different zone altogether. 23 seconds left, 3 goals. I can't even do the math on how many you'd have to do. 1 every 7 seconds, roughly. I think that they're going to be very quickly moving on to number 2. Drift able to nice touch that. Just gets it on the roof of that Octane and kicks it in.
12 seconds left, and at this point, a bit too big of a hill to climb for the Stingrays. They'll just have to go into the next game and work things out from there. One final demo onto YY, and our game is just about done. Barracuda's winning the first round 5-1, pushing themselves up to trying to meet the expectations, I should say, of their sister team, Barracuda's White. And so as we are ready to head into game number 2, what is kind of the main thing that you noticed that really separated Barracuda's Black from their opponents?
So I just want to point out, Yags arrives late, clearly, maybe even changing their name, and still gets 6 shots on goal. It's that kind of offensive like stat keeping that I think makes a big difference. How many shots do you get? What's the conversion of those shots? You just need pressure, pressure, pressure. You need shots. And Stingrays and Barracuda Black coming into this second best of 3.
Moving into the next game, and the first kickoff right in favor of YY. Yags is going to have to chase after him. The baby pushes it back to mid. YY with another shot back toward the wall.
Play high here. Oh, go right ahead.
Baby trying to look to see who he wants to pass it to, but doesn't see anyone quite open. And now pass from X13 over to Yags, who tries the redirect into the goal. Doesn't find it. First 30 seconds passing, and we're still at a scoreless tie. It's going to head back to mid. Greed, he sees his opening, but the initial bounce, it takes us too wide back into the corner. Another follow-up from Nano, stopped by Yags.
Coming to the middle here, YY with a reset, but mostly just a bounce pass to the other squad there. But they're kind of triple committed in that, or double committed in that quarter. Gababy gets up onto the wall. It gets it redirected. Nice touch. Nice shot by Nano. With less than a minute in, Stingrays are going to take that first score right here. Okay, on the kickoff. Taken by the Barracudas this time. It's going to trickle high on the wall. Greed not able to make contact with it. All sorts of strange things are happening. Adrift in position for the dunk. Gets a couple of good touches, but it does not fall in. Barracuda's trying to even the score up here. They've got a lot of pressure. Shot. Crossbar jumps in front of it. So does Nano. A touch. And it's going to get a clear here, and they're going to have to chase it down there. They did not have somebody clearly in mid at that point. Now they're going to get a reset back into this direction here. Going to play it off the wall. Greed tries to dribble it out, but the 50-50 kicks it back over to the other side. Nano in position to play it, but doesn't. Tap into the corner, playing it like a hockey puck. You know, kick it into the corner. Let it dribble around to where you need it. Kind of a touch by Gababy, but it really wasn't even a pass. It was just control high off the backboard again. Not able to do anything with it. Nobody in that second position, but they're doing nice volley work here. They're keeping it on the side that they want. Pressure remains the same. They can't get a big clear on the side of the Stingrays. Barracuda's looking for that equalizer goal. Gonna tap it down there. Open goal. Can anybody get there? Just barely. Oh my goodness, a drift. Now Gababy kicks it out of there. They've got good rotations on their end. Trying to get this clear. Let's see if they can't get something on their side.
Corner, quick shot by X13. Barracudas tie it up. 2 minutes, 40 seconds. This happened first game as well, too. It was tied up pretty close to halftime.
Was a drift with that goal. Nano turns it away, but they're good rotations and able to play it right back there. Shot in the middle, going to come into the corner. Gababy's going to troll the middle. Steals this one. That 50-50 turns it into a shot, but he can't get the handle on it as he plays his own rebound. He's in a good position to do that. You need more of those kinds of shots. That's a good thing. They're going to just dribble it there in the front. This is a big clear. Greed's going to be able to elevate and knock it back, at least gaining control. Stays on the side, though, where the Barracudas have as much pressure as possible. This is going to trickle down to the other side. Greed now with one touch, not a ton of boost left. Decides to save that boost and let it drop. See if he can't tangle some folks. It does. Gets in the back of the net. Creates a little bit of fox in the hen house kind of business. And they create that equalizer with 1:55 to play.
And X13 taking the ball and driving up the field. Looking to try to play with Gababy. Set something up, but the ball has way too much verticality right now to make any sort of play. And X13, as soon as the ball is grounded, takes a quick shot on the ground toward the Stingrays' goal. Now back to the Barracudas. Trying to set it up. Barracudas move in. Play it off the wall. Pushes it back to mid. Here comes Gababy. Gets played over by Nano. Right now it's just a lot of back and forth, ping pong between the teams.
Right, about a minute left. Barracudas need to get that equalizer goal. The Stingrays need to put a little bit of gap in there. YY goes down. Shot by a drift is turned away. It's a little double tap situation. Comes back over onto the wall there. Yags gets a demo, but doesn't get the 50-50, and it's got some weird bounces. Adrift kind of kicks it out there. He has to defend it in the mid. He knows that the Stingrays are coming in. Now with only 35 seconds left, the Stingrays just need to hold on to this, but they're being controlled at times by Gababy and, by Greed and that group. Okay, Barracudas trying to get their one goal here. They've got some good dribbles down there, but a lot of defense being played by the Stingrays. Actually quite well. Nobody really in control. Anytime you can break that off, then you can do good things. Oh, almost goes in there. Nano down there getting the big boost, staying full. Yags completely starved out at this point. Great stats, but no boost. It's going to sit in the middle there. Nano with a shot, and they just can't get a good clean shot on that gem, and that one is just going to end.
You have to go to a game 3 yet again to decide who is going to take this.
I'm glad. I want to see who can really put it together for this one.
Do you think it's going to be as close? Because we've had games, I mean, the first game kind of decided by a healthy margin, 5-1. This one a lot closer, 2-1. So are you leaning more toward it's going to be a very close game or more of a blowout kind of thing?
I can tell you, having front row seat to our teams for years, the second game of a series is one of the lowest scores of any of the games. And I don't have a theory as to why that is, but it's a really common occurrence. So we'll have a 6-1 victory, and we're like, yeah, we got this. And the next game is decided in overtime 1-0. You're like, how did that happen? It's so common. It's the second game kind of letdown where maybe you don't have as much. I think there are a lot of reasons for it, but we'll see. Now, if one team gets a 3-0 lead relatively early, I think the other one might check out. These are players who play a lot of games, and there's a kind of a GG go next mentality. There's not a lot of sweatiness when you go down big. So if anybody can get a big lead, I think that's going to make a difference.
Even though this is a round-robin match, we are still whittling down the field from 7 to 5 teams when this is all said and done. So don't want to rank up too many losses. This will still be quite a crucial match to decide. Skababy takes a shot into the corner. YY is now going to gain possession of it, but not able to play it past X13. Rita's going to win that 50. And still doesn't quite find a clear for his team.
4:30 left in this decider. Tied 1-1. Playing it off the wall. Gets a demo in the process as well. Adrift doesn't have enough to touch. And Yags is going to try to center that back up. They got to collect a little bit. They're a little bit low in boost right now. It looks like they're picking it up. Skababy plays it high up the wall. Touch to teammates. Going to hit the crossbar. They're going to get another look. They're going to get a third, a fourth. And you know what? It lingers that long. It's going to find the back of the net.
Despite Greed's, well, actually, with the help, I should say, of Greed's best efforts on the defense. Actually, no, it is despite. I'm sorry, I got the sides mixed up again. But either way, X13 now taking the shot. Yags is going to send it back toward mid. YY now has possession, looking to play around Skababy. Elevates up above Skababy. Yags waiting on the ground, takes control of it, past midfield marker. Now who's he going to pass to? Skababy is waiting, but he's going to play himself off the ground. Saved by YY.
Yags with a nice little touch there. Those are the kind of shots you want. A lot of control there. Skababy going to kick it back into the corner, looking for a teammate streaking mid, going to play it off. Oh, and a nice touch by Greed there. Goes up and says, we're not waiting. I'm going to go take control of this. A little bit of tangle in the corner there. Nobody with much velocity can't get the ball out of there. More of a scrum than anything else. Going to play the corner again. It's going to bounce down. This time taken and off the backboard with a touch. And it goes in. I believe that was Skababy with the sweet aerial play.
That kind of tussles that went on for so long in the corner kind of had a ripple effect because it means a lot of Barracudas hung out there so long that they ran out of boost and couldn't refill. The Stingrays kind of ducked back, filled up on boost, and then scored that quick goal. As we now head into the 3rd minute of the game, Stingrays have a 2 out of that 3-goal lead you were talking about, Doc.
Yep, if they get one more, I think that might be really difficult to mentally overcome. Skababy's really clean here. Adrift goes down, though. Skababy playing the mid, can't quite get the touch for the shot, but keeps the pressure on. They're going to spend a lot of resources to try to get it out of there. Yags in position, can't quite backflip, tries a couple times to get that backflip, almost Pele-style reset. Adrift into the corner. Everybody just fresh on the enjoyment. Oh! Of the World Cup, and that was very
truly a play, worthy of being showcased. Quite thematically appropriate to the Indian animation there in the new G2 gaming arena, which I hear has new controllers.
You know what? There's a lot of new controllers in a lot of places. Okay, Adrift touches it to mid there. YY trying to get it down, and no one really with control at this point. Reed, slow steps there, tries to break the ankles, not effective. 50-50 ends up back down on the Barracuda's end. They want to kick it out of there. They need to start taking shots on goal. If you look at the Barracudas, they've got saves, they've got one shot. Hey, you got to start taking those shots. Remember what I said about Yags? With 6 coming in late in that first match, he's got 5 already. Shots equal wins. Got to start taking some shots.
Now it's going to start by taking the boost away from the Stingrays, but that really isn't enough to set up a shot on goal for the Barracudas. Ball is going to be chased back to the corner. Back past mid, and Yags now takes control, elevates up. Off the corner, right in front of the goal. X13 a little bit too far back to follow up. Still at this point, side control and just running out the timer is enough for the Stingrays to glide them to victory. They're on their way to winning in Game 3.
Reed doing everything that they can to try to keep this in their favor, except shoot. Now, if I'm just counting up the overall score, they're going to get another attempt here in a second. The pressure score is 10-1 on the side of the Stingrays. They've got 10 shots or goals, actually 11 now I see, to the 1 on the Barracuda side. They're getting all the pressure here. They're creating opportunities to score by taking shots and following those shots up. Yags is going to clear it out of there, trying to get one more shot on there. But you know what, with 15 seconds, Jem, this is going to go the way of the Stingrays, and they deserve it. They played, I don't want to use the A word, but they played offensively throughout this third game in a way that allowed them to take. It doesn't matter if this goes in or not. We're at zeros. They're going to keep playing it because that's what Rocket League players do. This is rule 2. Oh, there may be, yeah, I thought there was a shot.
Earlier in this week's Rumble in the Monday Valorant round, when we had Fish here on desk, I heard him use that word, immediately look left to production, and there was someone tapping the whiteboard saying that word is on the forbidden list.
The forbidden word, ladies and gentlemen, is aggression. It's an overused word in esports broadcasting, and we do not tolerate that word.
Well, I'll tell you what isn't overused.
What's
Our
that?
reminders to join Esports Tower, because you're always going to want to be looking to talk to college insiders or college recruiters, industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers as well. So you should join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights, and with our featured Rumbles, recruiters are taking notice too. It's a great way to explore exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. Well, an unfortunate loss for Barracuda's Black, but they are not going to get any time to recover from that. They have got another match, and a match against a winning team, the Lynxes from round 1. So we'll see the Barracuda's Black if they can recover, as we will go to round 2 in our round robin and see how the Barracuda's Black fare against the Lynxes right after this.
Growing up in Riggins, we have certain rules we live by. Look both ways before crossing the street. Fishing stories get better the more you tell them. Small town life makes your life anything but small. Never work alone when you go hunting. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
It's the end of a good day's work in Idaho. Time to punch out. Time to check in and catch up. Time to remind ourselves that what we work for isn't a paycheck. It's to make the good things we have even better. So here's to your good day's work. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe money is a thing. It's not everything.
Welcome back to this week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Rocket League, broadcasting from the
Got him. From the Boise State Game Fans Esports Arena.
Thank you for the helpful reminder.
Of course, of course.
We are in the home stretch of the Esports Tower Rocket League Rumble, having a grand old time. We still have a couple of games to get out of the way in this round robin stage. Our next game is going to be Barracudas Black versus the Lynx. The Lynxes are a team that won their match in round one. Barracudas Black just lost their match at the other side of this break to the Stingrays. So now the question is...
Oh, yeah. Barracuda Black.
Yeah, remember, it's Barracuda White and Barracuda Black.
Yep.
But what is the main thing I'm wondering? Because Barracuda Black are just having to reset instantly off of a loss. So you've been in a situation, Doc, where maybe the team you've been coaching has taken a loss, but they literally got a match right afterwards, and they got to reset their mentality. What's the advice you give to them in that scenario?
What you have to do is you have to make sure that they're still calming, because if they've stopped calming or the calming has really dropped down, then they're not actively playing the game. You can't play the game well if you're not communicating well. Even if you know each other really, really well, it doesn't matter, because you have to be able to adapt to the things that you see, and it takes communication to do that. So if they're communicating, they're going to do well, right? But like these, they have to do some things they haven't been doing. They haven't been creating mistakes necessarily, because they've been playing so much defense, especially in that last game, right? I mean, Greed had, 4, 5 saves? You rarely see that in a Rocket League game, right? It gets spread out a lot more. And they had one actually aggressive move registered by the game. They had one shot, right? No goals. They were on their heels the whole time. And sometimes you just have to start looking for demos so that you can get the advantage. Sometimes you have to just look for big clears, play big clears.
We'll see if that can be done by Barracudas Black as they face off against a very strong Lynx team who won their round in our won their match in our first round robin stage. Now we're into the second round of round robin, if you will. We'll see if the team can run away if they get a lead. I'm talking about Barracudas Black. If they score early and put pressure on the other team, they can be a formidable one. So the question is you're going to want to watch for in the next few minutes is who gets the early lead.
Barracudas with immediate pressure coming out, wanting a different outcome. They win the kickoff. They get a couple of nice touches. Gababy going back to try to get some boost there. Nice play off the wall by a drift pass to Gababy. Not quite on. They're going to get a touch on that and move it out of the way. But those are the kind of plays that you want / need. Yags did get a shot on that. A drift is going to tip it into the middle there. They're going to double commit, triple commit on it. Oh, take advantage of this if you can, Barracudas. Yag's going to slip back toward the middle. Floaties trying to get up there, but commits a lot of boost to maybe a 50-50 he's never going to get. Yags can't get the handle on it. They try to bump it to the outside. Nice shot! And they're going to open Barracudas adrift. For real, showing the
there wasn't a chance. Gababy had just been demoed. None of them had boost whatsoever.
Oh!
And even on the kickoff here, they're looking to snowball this into an insurmountable lead.
You want to get that big psychological win early if you can. Goomboy back there. State, we saw how well State played with those beautiful little angel wings on the top of their car. Are we doing toppers again? I thought toppers were out. I'm the old guy. Don't ask me. State's going to play it off the wall there. It's going to drop into the corner. Double commit on the Barracudas to try to get it out there. They're going to get a little bit of a breakaway here, but the Goomboy demo really helps it out quite a bit. Now, as you look at the way this is lining out, Jem, look at the aggression violation on the side of the Barracudas. They've got a goal, and four shots to the one shot of State on the other side. This is looking good.
Demo onto the Barracudas. Yikes is going to have himself demoed as the Lynxes continue to move forward. Baby is going to clear this back. Goomboy now waiting to make his next play, stopped by a drift. Goomboy continues onward, and he tries to set it up for X13. They miss it, but the Lynxes are definitely trying to put a bit of pressure, a lead in shots on goal, and overall fortuitous position in the amount of drive that you show on offense, but not a certain word that we will never say.
You know what? We'll just say offense. Oh, a nice little demo comes out. Gababy goes down for a second. There's going to be a power play for a millisecond. Imagine if it was a little harder to demo, folks, and that lasted twice as long. That demo lasted twice as long. It could be a real penalty. He's going to try to dribble it in front. State clears it out. Goomboy with a touch, but not enough to get it over the controller of Yags, who's going to drop it in the middle of Drift, unable to close that. But Gababy with a putback. They're doing these shallow rotations here. This should be Yags next with a shot. It's going to be up there. It's going to play off the top bar there. It's going to be over the other side. Adrift unable to get a clean touch on it. They're going to run it back down to the other end. Yags slow plays it off the wall with a little bit of boost left. He's going to air dribble this sucker to take it where they want, but gets broken up just a little bit by floaties there. Adrift going to center it back to the middle there. They're really holding side control, and that is what you want to see the Barracudas. They just don't have a lot of score to demonstrate what they have. Lynxes are only one goal away from equalizing this with 1 minute and 20 seconds left to play. Triple demo. Quadruple demo.
I think that's actually quintuple demo. I think that was 5 that I counted.
Yags plays it off the wall here. Coming up on 1 minute to go. Lynxes don't need to panic. State plays it off the top. Comes flying out the chute, as they sometimes call it. Triple commit on the side of Barracudas. Can't have that. They're going to come up the wall. Yags delays just slightly. Floaty's unable to do something. They're able to get a little kick out on it, but 2 in the corner there. State can't get a clean touch on it. They need these real clear ones, and it's going to just hang out in there in the middle, but no one in position to zoom up and do it. They were a little bit boost starved, or collecting boost at that time. State almost completely out. It's going to trickle in, and the Barracudas with 32 seconds left are going to go up 2-0.
Oh, quick shot off the kickoff. Almost putting a bit of pressure on toward the Barracudas. The Lynx are still not going to be able to find their equalizer. They're going to try to find it again, or at least start the path to equalizing this. Demos again between these two teams. I dare say they've gotten a bit chippy in the final round.
This is a little bit trolly. I'm not afraid to say that word. And a nice shot. Goomboy out in the back there. This is going to bring it with 4 seconds left, though. May not be able to do it. Barracudas need to just play this to the ground as quickly as they can. Don't try to score another goal. You can lose control of it that way. But they've got a nice handle on it. It's going to come to the middle again. Shot, and it's just going to bounce right in front. They're not going to be able to get that. I won't say aggression again.
Thank you. You're doing a very good job at it so far.
There we go.
Next round, and I don't know if we can necessarily say that Another thing that you mentioned earlier on this broadcast was the second round disappointment.
Yep.
But I don't know if we can expect that because this first round was also very low scoring as well. So it's not like we had a blowout in the first round. This second round could be just as narrow a margin as the first one.
Yeah, and usually a really slow round follows a really high-scoring round, right? So this wouldn't necessarily hold up that it's going to be, 1/3 of the score of the other one. It's just something that kind of happens sometimes. I'd love to see the Barracudas get out fast and score like they did in this last one. If you take away that first 45 seconds to a minute, it was a one-score game on the other side. So we'll see what it becomes. But State playing really well in this for the Lynxes. Have you ever noticed that the Lynx doesn't look necessarily ferocious? Looks just a little awkward.
It looks a little awkward with its razor-sharp teeth.
Yeah, just kind of an awkward, socially awkward penguin meme style. Goon Boy, get in front of that sucker. Starting the next game. Barracudas
Okay,
lead 1-0.
this is the Barracudas versus the socially awkward Lynxes.
There we
as
go.
we continue onward. And again, we're talking about problems socializing. They are just continuing on the demo fest.
Yeah, this is one of the trolliest games I've ever seen, and I love it. I love it. I go to a hockey game, or I go to a fight to see if a hockey game breaks out. And we watch the Lynxes and the Barracudas to see if anybody actually plays Rocket League.
You're singing the tune of my dad right
Yeah.
now, and he is all for it. Well, there's a goal by Floaties. Very well played around him. He was able to juke out the goalie for the Barracudas. That's going to put the Lynxes into an early lead.
All right, now time for the Barracudas to punch back, but they got to get that ball out of their zone to do it. Not a very strong touch. State sends it the wrong direction, not really the way they want to do it. I think they were trying to just do a back pass there. It's going to trickle in front of the front. Goon Boy tries to control. Oh, nice little control there. Maybe breaks the ankles but loses the handle in the process. Drift can't make the corner touch. And it's going to be high in the sky, unable to get Yag's nose of the car onto that. Nice little flip reset by E.T. State with his image in there because he's not changing his name all the time. It's going to trickle in front, and that's going to be the equalizer right there. No, not the equalizer. The go-ahead.
Barracudas one's having to try to find an equalizer. State wins another kickoff, but Yags is waiting to be able to answer it back, but he rotates too far up in doing so, but the ball gets away from Floaties as well, so he can't push that into the goal. Instead, the ball is going to instead go into corner. There's a lot of fighting over it. Kababy is able to beat State to it. And Adrift now taking the ball. Oh, it seemed like, I don't know if it seemed like Adrift could have driven that in, but at the same time, it looked like they were debating on whether they wanted to hand it off to a teammate or not. Either way, with that double commit as well, we're seeing a bit of team coordination problem from the Barracudas. They want to straighten that out if they want to try to equalize this.
I think it was more of a Groundhog Day thing. Saw his shadow, thought I'll wait 3 more minutes before I take another shot. It's going to head down there. That could go in, but it comes off, and it's going to be a little bit high on the touch. Kababy can't elevate quite enough to get it. Going to circle back around, make sure that they don't get control. 50s that thing, heads it the other direction. Yags is going to go back and pick up some boost. Adrift tries to center it there. Yags with enough boost, with a hit, a follow, another touch. No, they're going to double commit. That means that only State can really chase this down. If they've gotten one more touch on it, can he get a kick? He can't. Floaties with the follow, not able to do much with it. It's going to bounce back to the other end. Big clear by Goon Boy. State. Oh, gets bumped on the way in there.
Beautiful. It was like Groundhog Day. They had to try again. The teamwork of Adrift clearing out the goal for his teammate, saying, "I got you, babe," much like Groundhog Day, getting the first goal.
2 minutes left to go. Barracudas need 1 to equalize this, 2 to take the series. Lynx is holding on to a little bit of hope that they might be able to make a series out of this. They're going to center it here. Yags can't quite get the touch on it, but it goes in anyway. Who got credit for that? Was it Kababy?
I think that was actually a double commit that worked out to the favor of the Barracudas.
Yeah. Just do that again. Yags with a nice shot straight off of it, but it's going to go wide. Adrift can't get a handle. It's going to bounce. It's going to stay in the middle here, and that's what we like. Floaties can't really disrupt it much. Double in the goal, double commit. If you have that put back there, it's game over for that team. That's why good rotations make a big difference. State playing really good mechanical ball, avoids the double triple commit. He's not ball chasing, that's good. State playing clean. He's gonna sit in front here. They get Baby with the boom boom, and it's gonna 50-50 with that added explosion power to get all the way down there. Adrift sends it the other way. Might have been something that was coordinated. Baby now back in the game, trolling, picking up some boosts, is able to play this. Nobody challenges. Thinks that he is gonna, Floaties is gonna challenge it, so he saves the boost. He's gonna trickle back to the mid here. Baby needs a nice clean shot here. Really, all of the offense on the side of Barracuda so far, even though this is scored. So many saves, except for that one. Unable to get in front of it. That's the go-ahead for the Barracudas with 42 seconds left to play.
And a 3-goal streak on top of that. Lynxes need to find their footing and fast, lest this snowball into a real bad situation for them. And Yags is trying to do that off the backboard, down, almost slipping it into the goal. Goomboy going to be credited with the save. Open goal left by the Barracudas. They aren't going to pay for that, however. Now just 20 seconds left in this match, and Yags with a redirect back toward the Lynx's goal. Follow-up is going to go wide. Now 14 seconds left. Shot back. This is the one chance to equalize it. They miss on it. It was wide open.
So close.
No. Oh, Barracuda slipping by. Thanking their lucky stars. It is a 2-0 sweep. Because I do not know how that could have been more perfectly gift wrapped for the Lynxes. Oh. Yeah, it's one of those moments where you just really got to put in that mental fortitude and move on to the next game.
Yeah, it is. GG go next. There were a lot of nice moments in that. State, kind of the elder statesman of that group, putting in a great performance, but it was chippy there for a bit, and I think they may have lost some of their opportunities with the demo fest that took place there.
Well, not to dwell too long on that unfortunate loss, we actually have another match to get to back-to-back, so we're going to be heading into this one. We've been going back and forth between Barracudas White and Barracudas Black. Now we're back to Barracudas White. They're going to be going up against the Wolves, who were on a bye. So we'll now see what the Wolves have to bring to the field. First time that we've seen them, we've seen the Eagles, we've seen the Lynxes, we have seen Barracudas Black and White, and the Stingrays as well. Just going back to see if there's any team that has kind of slipped past us. We haven't seen any of the Mammoths, so I'm wondering about how they're doing. But yeah, the Wolves are going to mean that we're going to see 6 out of the 7 teams this week in the round robin, so we'll get a taste of what each of the teams have to offer as we head into the final game of the night.
All right, this is Barracudas White. That means we bring Enzo and team back.
I love it. A different arena.
Yes.
I love it.
Bless you, bless you. Fujimoto, CZ against Stythe, Torque, and Spooky Yogurt, who we're just going to call Spooky. Sorry. Yogurt scares me enough. I just don't want to say the word. Nice touch off the back there. They tried to center it. They can't quite get enough of it. Enzo with a good original shot. Going to have to jump back there. CZ redirects it. Low boost on their side. Shot, goal. That's how you do it. 1, 2, 3. That's the formula.
Fuji already off to an explosive start in his activity feed. 2 shots on goal with just half a minute having passed. He's going to be hanging out in the goal to try to take it away from the Wolves. He's going to leave it for Easy to continue on the clear. Running right into sight. Off the front post and into the goal again. Fuji's on a roll.
Just keep feeding Fuji. That's your job, Enzo. That's your job, CZ. Just keep feeding Fuji the ball. Scythe, Torque, Spooky, trying to get in good position, but boy, they just double committed again here. Torque nice position for a 50-50, but it doesn't leave the arena, the zone. It's going to head back to their side. A big boom boom. Spooky goes down, still in control. Oh, nice little reverse beep beep block to get that thing out of there. And they're trying to get control. Torque is not able to follow, no boost to do so. It's going to bang back over to the Wolves side again. All the side control on the side of Barracuda's white this time. A little bounce mid by Enzo. No one there to follow, so he just tries to put a little bit more on it. No boost at all. He's got to pick some up, but he's been able to get a couple of nice drops in there, and he was unable to get that there too. Still with only 5 boosts. Finally, he gets one of the small pots and is able to get just a little bit more. Coming up on 3 minutes here, and it's been all Barracudas thus far. Torque able to kick it out. 3 minutes, 5 seconds left to go, and the Wolves need 2 to equalize.
Fuji is now going to gain control of the ball, push it over to Enzo. Enzo elevates up with Siphon, wins that 50-50, keeping the ball out of the hands of the Wolves. Now Fuji is moving up the field, making the play. He gets the 3rd goal in what has been a fabulously fortuitous feat. Fuji Fest of the game, a hat trick.
Throw your hats, fans. He got all 3. Okay. Now he's just wanting more. Enzo with 2 shots, CZ with 1 shot, but my goodness, building quite a resume is Fujimoto. Coming alive for Barracuda's white. Wolves just need to get it out of their end. Too many saves having to come, and you're never able to make as many saves as they can make shots. So you want to make more shots than they make shots. That's the formula to win. You can write that down, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you do it. Side, playing it off the wall, not able to get much control. Flip, but it incomplete. Nice, clean demo. Spooky trying to get a touch on it, ends up kicking it out a little bit. Might have been better to let it drop. They're going to kick it out, and Torque unable to get much of a handle on it. Spooky's going to try to back up. Side, nobody in goal. You got to play that clean. That was almost a bit of a lucky over-the-shoulder kind of catch, and they're taking it even further with 1:50 to play.
Enzo dancing around the goal, be able to sneakily slip that in. 4-0, Barracudas really winning over the Wolves. It seems like maybe that Wolves bye. I don't want to speculate too much, but the Barracudas definitely seem like the team that's more warmed up at this point. They're going to push it back toward the goal on the front post. Spooky trying to flip forward. It's going to be left to sight. And so moving up, Torque demoed. Back toward the goal on the front post. Fuji trying to take the follow-up shot, beaten to the ball by Torque. He gets another save. He's up to 3 saves this match, but it is nothing in the face of all the shots on goal. The 11 that the Barracudas have had to the Wolves 3.
Yeah,
make that 12.
It's been an offensive show so far for the Barracudas. Oh, and it would have been another one. If not for that pesky crossbar, we would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for that pesky crossbar.
Middling crossbar.
Yep, Enzo able to get it to trickle. Still no power on the clean, and almost an own goal there. It's credited to CZ, but that is going to make, with 39 seconds left, this all but over, except for the time. And Torque goes down too. Insult to injury.
Another shot by Enzo off the crossbar. Fuji is just going to be content to take. Oh, no, he leaves it for easy. Okay. Spreading the goals around between each member of the team. I like it. 26 seconds left and a pretty rock solid 6-goal lead at this point. Means that the Barracudas are probably going to be left searching a little bit longer to beat the Wolves. They're going to have to go 1 game more to win this best of 3.
And I think that was our best chance for Brazil just there, but it did not go in. We would have needed one more goal.
It would have been the first step toward
It would have been
Brazil.
the first step.
It needs to be 7-1.
The door closes now. Supreme Yogurt blown up in the air, thankfully. Touches the ground, and we are free from this first game. But if this theory of mine is to be believed, Jim, the next one will be relatively low scoring.
We'll see if the trend follows.
These are all good players. Get that mental back, get that restart, and get it going. I think this one's going to be a little bit.
The question is if Fuji pops off as much as he did last round. I mean, he was insane, and it was mainly, Minji, I think the best line that you actually gave was, you're never going to be able to save as much as they put shots on goal, and that was really the story of this game encapsulated.
Yeah, if you're aggressive and you get more shots than they do, it means you have better side control.
As we go into game number 2, match point for Barracuda's White to close out the evening, making it a very fishy evening with lots of wins for both Barracuda's teams. We're just going to have to see how it turns out as Fuji is going to be able to win that kickoff. Enzo now takes it, the pass way over to the other side of the field. Easy is still able to make his way over there, and a demo onto Torque as well. Seems like the Barracudas have secured the early side control and have the Wolves on the back foot.
Torque has had the unfortunate coincidence of being the Charlie Brown of the Wolves, constantly being in great position, but Lucy keeps taking the football right out from under him, and he just ends up falling on his back. He's not been able to get much of his own production out of this. He plays it off the wall. A little bit deeper there, Scythe unable to really hang on to it much beyond that. Enzo with a shot, unable to have the boost to follow, runs out, but a shot right after Fujimoto. Surprise anyone? Not me.
Fuji taking the early lead for the Barracudas, and we're not even a minute into it. Kickoff, Fuji is just waiting in center to be able to take possession of it. That leaves it for Easy. They still haven't driven it out of their own territory. Enzo setting it up, Easy's following close behind. Enzo steals their Wolves' own boost away from them. That's going to allow them to make some plays, including this one right here. A shot on goal by Fuji to get the second goal.
I'm going to self-predict now that just the offense, look at the score line here, just the offense on the side of the Barracudas tells us which direction this is going to go. Unfortunately, the Wolves have not been able to put together any offense. Yes, there's a 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in this match, but offense has to start coming on the side of the Wolves, or it's going to be a long day. You're going to have a bad time. You got to put up some offense, or you're going to have a bad time.
They flipped-de-dude when they should have flip-flopped. They had a bad time. And an even worse time now because it's 3-0. Torque 2 trying to face off against Fuji, but Fuji takes it away from him, although opportunity for Spooky to try to get shot on goal. Torque got demoed in the process. Torque has been demoed quite a lot. It seems like he's a main target. Another clear back toward Barracuda's goal. Double commit leaves the goal wide open. That's
Fuji!
Why you don't do that.
Goal! Sorry, this is Rocket League.
And the World Cup has just ended.
It has. But, you know, I can get into that. 4-0. Inside of 3 minutes left to play. Enzo with a nice high keeper. Torque able to get up, elevate, playing effectively when on the field. But Torque has been abused so much. I expect a Torque demo within the next 20 seconds. I would be surprised if that wasn't the case. Fuji unable to close the door on that. Gets by. Open goal. Can anybody get there? No. The Wolves come alive.
And one of the best also goal animations in the Omnom Monster. It just might be enough to, you know, you just want to see that animation enough. That's enough motivation to just drive you to equalize this game in and of itself.
Spooky Yogurt with a little bit of a redundant name. All yogurt is a little bit spooky. We question it like, is it really good?
That's the second time you've mentioned it, Chuck. I think you've got a problem with yogurt that you need to address.
I'm just saying, you know, I don't naturally trust any yogurt that I see.
Okay, I won't mention the forbidden word now to you anymore when talking about
aggressive
or
yogurt.
I could make it, I could make it doubly. You took my joke. That was what I was gonna do.
Well, you steal Noah's joke, so we're good. We're good. Whoever gets there first gets the punchline. All right. Spooky Yogurt plays it off the wall side, trying to get control of it. CZ with first touch in a while, although CZ's got two shots already and an assist in this game and a goal. It's going well for the Barracudas. They've got a minute and a half to close this out. All they have to do is prevent the Wolves from getting 3. But the Wolves want to try to equalize this. They're going to get up and disrupt Enzo. I think it's about demo season. We should see these any moment. But Fujimoto with a soft touch, and it gets just in front of it. Yogurt not able to get really much of a clear on that, but prevented Fuji from getting it. Enzo bumped out of the way. Hey, we're seeing bumping to disrupt. This is good. Torque tries to control it. Enzo, the wall pass, but the 50-50 is going to shoot it all the way down there. Fuji's going to have to play it against their own wall. That wall pinch is a really great technique to prevent them from having easy control. He's going to shoot all the way down to the other end. Cece's going to try to set it up. Bounces it. Enzo, shot, score. Like that. 5-1. Barracudas. 48
I
to
would
play.
say that's probably just a little bit too much given the time.
The pounding has stopped, meaning that was the last nail in the coffin.
Most likely. Fuji elevating up. Well, the coffin is very well nailed down. Might just drive some extra in there for the heck of it. Fuji going around the corner. Being able to contest with one standing up on the front post. And Enzo goes way over to the other side of the arena. Just maintaining possession of the ball as the clock ticks down. And yeah, an extra nail driven into the coffin.
Okay, we've got an opportunity here. We've got an opportunity. Barracudas, don't let us down. We need one more goal.
Only one way.
One more goal. We got this. Enzo is going to play it high off the wall. Ticking down, 3 seconds left. They got to get it high if they've got a chance. They got to get it all the way to the other end. You can't let it touch. Oh!
No.
Oh!
Well, we can only hope for so much. Well, overall, it was a great night. Barracudas going to win that very convincing fashion against the Wolves. No doubt they and their friends on Barracudas Black are also going to be going into the bracketed stage in a good position. So overall, great round robin stage. Doc, as we look back, do you have nominees for player of the game?
Fujimoto for Supreme Leader. Any questions? I didn't think so.
Can we at least put this up to a vote?
Yeah, I think we can. But you know, if you want to throw your vote away on someone else, that's fine.
Okay. Let me think. I actually was thinking a little bit earlier when we saw the Lynxes in their round 1 victory. I'm just pulling up my notes here again. Yeah, State was a great player on the Lynxes, so you could give it to him as well.
Yep. I think the body of work, especially in the last 2 games, makes me believe that Fujimoto is the one. So many goals. I mean, so many shots. It was very, very clean.
Well, we're going to see who the ultimate nod goes to. It is Yates.
What?
Instead, we have both. Well, you know what? He had a new controller.
It was a new controller, and he did play very, very well. So I will accept. I will accept and concede. And also, since Yags has that gravitational rather than explosive goal animation, I can respect that. I run the singularity, which just pulls everybody in.
Well, Yags is going to be your player of the game, brought to you by Mad Catz, the best providers of new N64 third-party controllers that you can imagine, and also Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like how Idaho Central helps its members achieve financial success. Yags is going to be your player of the game.
Nice job, Yags. This was a really clean performance, although it wasn't the last performance of the day, just the way that it worked out. You played pretty dang clean.
Alrighty, so do you have any final thoughts to close things out?
Yags for Supreme Leader.
Oh, you're changing your vote now.
Yep. Yags.
I didn't know Supreme Leader was an elected office.
It's a solar system wide. Yeah. But it was good.
I'm going to take that lesson to heart.
It was really good to see people we know and have met and had in this space here, to see them play well. It's always good to see Greed. It's always good to see Enzo and Adrift and that whole crew. Let's get Yags in here. And Yags' new controller.
Alrighty. Well, congratulations to all of our teams for a fantastic night of Rocket League. The 5 playoff spots are still up for grabs heading into week 2. as the teams will try to secure those places in the bracket. You're going to find out who makes it into the bracket on our broadcast next week. You're going to want to tune in Wednesday at 6 to catch all of that. But for now, we'll leave you with the top 5 plays of the game, brought to you by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for. Idaho Army National Guard is one of the best teams to join out there. Reach out to them on Twitch at iGuard Gaming. Thank you for watching and enjoy your top 5 plays.